What's up, everybody? Welcome back to some more walkthrough preparation. This is probably going to be the last episode of prep, and there's really not a whole heck of a lot left to do. So really the bulk of it is going to be dedicated to the bell covenant farming method. So that's kind of where we're going to start. And let's see, I have 379,000 souls. That's a lot. That is indeed a lot. I mean, at this point, levels really don't do me a whole heck of a lot of good. But, you know, why not, right? So for the Bell Covenant farming, it's going to involve extincting the whole area, which to do that, I need to get out of the Covenant of Champions, or Company of Champions, whatever it's called.
Life.
Go back to the Way of Blue. What's up, AJ? Good to see you tonight, man.
May you find peace on your journey.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you are well. All right, Iron Keep is where we want to go. All the way up here. Man, it's such a long time ago. So, Smelter Demon, Bonfire is what we want. We're gonna have to beat some bad guys. Multiple times. All right, that one's already extinct. These guys are already, oh, I've already done a good bit of the work here. That's good to know. Because all these guys are gonna have to be extincted. For this to work properly, efficiently. You have a good day, AJ? These guys don't stagger, but they do get one shot, so. And the captains, are they one-shottable? Yes, they are. Whoops, did not mean to hit the switch. So now we need to pull this, the stuff up top. That's right, I did turn the statues off. I'm assuming this whole room needs to be extincted because I want to use Unveil to detect the Mad Warrior spawns. And if there are enemies still here, then Unveil will show these guys instead of the Mad Warrior. Did thank you. Awesome, man. Glad to hear. My day was not too bad. Just had work and stuff. Actually, part of why things have been a little bit slower as of late, just in terms of like, I'm barely able to churn out one video per day. I'm training for a triathlon, so it is a bit self-imposed, but it is also very time-consuming. And this is stuff I used to do like way back in the day before I had kids, but this will be like my first big race since having kids. But It's good fun. If exhausting. But for whatever reason, part of me just enjoys the challenge in some weird and twisted way. Blind, what's up, man? Good to see you today. Hope you're doing well, my friend. All right, I thought there were a bunch of dudes over here. Oh, there they are. That's fantastic. Tired just hearing about it. Yeah. You know, I used to not at all be into this kind of stuff until it was like right after I graduated college. I had a good friend of mine. We were actually roommates for a while, even out of college. And he was training for a half marathon and asked if I wanted to do it with him. And I was like, at that point in my life, I'd never run more than maybe 2 miles. And even then, I'd maybe done that less than a handful of times in my entire life up to that point. And for whatever reason, I agreed to do it. And then from there, just kind of never stopped. One thing led to another type of situation. Is there anything else down there? Because I do need to extinct this area too for the unveil trick to work. Gotta get these guys. Sad that I can't one-shot them. I think that's it. Once I get these guys, there's no more enemies in the way. So now that I'm part of the Bellkeeper Covenant, I need to take notes here. And I am going to. Just to make sure that I don't forget to do something when I'm actually making an episode. So sunlight metals. Alright, so I think I got enough notes for the sunlight metals. Okay, so for this, I need to be Bellkeeper's Covenant. Equip. What's the ring called? The delicate string. Okay, cool. You work with a dude that does a lot of that as well. I had childhood asthma, so like any intense running is really just a bad time for me. Yeah. Yeah, short of anything like that that inherently affects your ability to do like intense cardio. Anybody can do this kind of stuff. And like if you have asthma or like a heart problem, that obviously impedes your ability to do like, you know, intense cardio over a long duration. But like it's crazy because you go out to these things and I've literally seen people, I'm not making this up, like in their 80s doing it. And I mean, obviously you have to be for being an 80-something-year-old, you have to be in exquisite shape. I mean, you're like top maybe 0.1% of in shape compared to other 80-year-olds if you're able to do that kind of stuff. But still, the fact that it happens is crazy. Like, it's not all these people that are just like freaks of nature athletes doing it. Like, there's a bunch of people that, you know, I'm not the fittest guy in the world by any stretch, but it has just as much to do with like willpower as it does actual athletic ability. But I used to work with a guy who he used to run like, he used to do Ironmans and stuff, and he founded like this organization that specializes in people who have like visually impaired or deaf, people who, you know, like amputees and stuff like that, who help them like train and get through these types of events. And he does it all the time. Like he this was 11 or 12 years ago, he actually led a deaf and blind at the same time person through an Ironman, which is insane. It's hard enough to do it by yourself, but to be leading someone who is deaf and blind at the same time, I mean, that's just like next level. All this training, how do you keep your dad bod persona? Oh, I still have the dad bod. I still have myself a decent sized gut, and most of my weight, like my arms stay pretty skinny, especially like my forearms are still really skinny, but all of my weight basically goes to my gut and my thighs. So it's hard to tell, like, just from looking at this portion. I mean, if I stood up and showed you all my gut, you'd be like, okay, yeah, there's definitely some blubber there. And, you know, when it comes to actually, like, losing weight and stuff, most of it comes from actually what you eat. Like, you can exercise a lot, but if you eat like crap, you're not going to lose weight very fast at all, if at all. So I've been trying to sort of watch what I eat, but anytime there's a burger in front of me, anytime there's pizza in front of me, anytime there's like chocolate chip cookies or Oreos or brownies or any of my vices, I have a very difficult time saying no to that. So that's kind of how it originated. I mean, I used to be a really skinny dude, like really skinny. But then fatherhood happened, and I mean the dad bod name it has that name for a reason. And plus, I mean, it also has to do with just like when you get older, your metabolism slows down. So I like when I was a teenager in early 20s, it didn't matter what I could eat whatever I wanted. It didn't really make me look any different. But now it has a much bigger impact. My body it definitely can't keep up with the calories that I put into it. But it's funny that you mentioned that because this was a couple of years ago. I was actually doing it was either during the live streams or it was during one of the episodes where I was doing the Elden Ring, the quick platinum guide. And I actually mentioned that I was thinking of changing my channel's name because at the time I was training for, it wasn't a triathlon, but it was a running race. And I was doing a lot of running. And I was like, you know, at the time I was actually losing some weight. I put most of it back on afterwards, but at the time I was losing weight, and I was like, you know, I don't know like how on board with the name I am anymore. And I was thinking about changing it, but of course I ended up not. But the reason that you posed was like part of my rationale for why I was thinking of changing the name, and everyone was like, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it. So I was like, okay, I'll keep the dad bod. You know, we're good. And just left it at that. What's up, Stinky Cheese? Good to see you, man. Do you know how many videos will be in the walkthrough? So I dropped number 50 today. So if I'm thinking ahead, there's going to be one episode for getting the +2 rings from the New Game Plus bosses if you use a bonfire aesthetic. There's going to be an episode for that. There's going to be an episode for sunlight metal farming. There's going to be an episode for Bell Covenant level farming. There's going to be an episode to close out the base game. So that's what, 5? So the rings, oh crap. The rings, sunlight metal farming, Bell Covenant farming. There was one more, wasn't there? The rings, sunlight, Bell Covenant, and endgame. Maybe that's only 4. And then I'm going to do a live stream for New Game Plus and then another live stream for New Game Plus Plus, because those are both required for Platinum Trophy. And I'm going to add those live streams since they cover, you know, that content. I'm going to add those live streams to the walkthrough playlist. But going through New Game Plus is kind of boring. So I would rather have like the interactivity aspect of it, of a live stream, as opposed to just spending 2 hours doing it by myself and just talking to myself the whole time, if you know what I mean. So that's my approach. So I expect to have it all done next week. So this weekend I'm tied up literally every night. I'm tied up Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So I won't be able to get anything done really this weekend, but early next week is when I plan on wrapping everything up. Oh, that was awesome. That's what I was trying to do. Sorry to hear about your asthma. I have seasonal allergies that develop into asthmatic responses, but nothing as bad as you have. My wife and I started going back to the gym in November. We went for 20 years and then stopped during COVID. Gotcha. Yeah, man, that's the thing. Dude, the thing about working out that really sucks is like you can spend all this time getting into fantastic shape. You miss like 2 or 3 weeks, it's as if you've never been before. It's your body reverts back to its original state so fast, like it loses like the gains are gone so quickly. It's depressing. So it's like you gotta actively maintain it without stopping like forever, you know? And it does kind of suck that it is that way. But, you know, it is what it is. That's good that y'all are going back though, man. Salutations. What's up, Jeremy? Good to see you tonight, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to have you around, my friend. Gained a ton of weight after COVID, and I have the same issue. I have no willpower. Found out I was starting to be pre-diabetic, so I knew I needed to change something. Yeah, that'll kick your tail into high gear for sure. Is like when issues start to crop up. And you know, that's somewhat my issue with certain things in life too, because there are certain things that I am a horrific procrastinator about, and it's not until like something starts to go terribly wrong that I'm actually motivated to do something about it. And I know that's terrible, but in a way it is somewhat human nature. I mean, there's some things that I'm fine with keeping up on, but other things I'm just like, I literally, like, sitting to my right, I have a pile of mail that I haven't gone through about this high. And yeah, that's one of my worst character traits, is that I put stuff off like that just because I'm going through the mail. 95% of it is completely worthless, but every once in a while there's that one thing that's really important, and I've gotten burned by it before, and yet it goes long enough and I'm like back to my old devices, you know. It's like and so it gets to the point where that stack of mail is so high that I'm afraid of what's in it. So I delay going through it even longer. And then, yeah, I have a problem. Seems like it's easier to find the weight than losing it. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, I forget where I heard. It was, you know, but something along the lines of like if losing weight and being in shape was easy, then like everyone would choose to do it. Like if it was just a decision that you had to make and there was no like actual commitment to it, then everyone would just do it, right? But the fact of the matter is it does take a lot of discipline and it is hard to do. And that's the rub. Lost 35 pounds so far. Good for you, dude. That's awesome, man. I know that's not easy to do. That takes some work, man. So, happy for you. I play Monster Hunter Wilds. What's up, Super Googly? Good to see you. Winter, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you tonight. Well, I play Monster Hunter Wilds. That is not on the agenda. I have never played Monster Hunter in my life, which I know is probably disappointing for some of y'all to hear. Monster Hunter is just one of those series, man. I just never got into it for whatever reason. I don't know why. And like I haven't avoided it intentionally. It's just one of those things I've just never picked up. And you know, I have a lot of those types of games that that have passed me by. And when it comes down to it, like, if I have to think about why that is, still no Mad Warrior spawns. If I have to think about why that is, it's because, like, I have my series that are beloved and that I stick to, and I'll play, you know, everything that comes out for them. But, like, you guys also know, you're bearing witness to it right now, I love to dive deep into games. I love to get as much out of them as I possibly can, which also means with all the other crap that I have going on, I don't have as much time to branch out, which, you know, I do lament from time to time. If I were independently wealthy and could just like quit my job and be self-sustaining, I probably would, and I'd play a lot more different types of stuff. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I kind of use the series that I enjoy as a proxy for knowing that I'm going to actually enjoy what I play, because I don't want to waste time playing something that I don't end up liking. And there's enough out there that I know that I will like, that I just never really I don't want to say never, but very seldom do I branch out. Which I know, as a result of that kind of philosophy, I know that I'm missing out on some really good stuff. I 100% acknowledge that fact. But it's just how I roll, I guess, you know. If I didn't go for platinum trophies, I'd be able to play a lot more different type of stuff. You know, if I wasn't spending 215 hours getting the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Platinum Trophy, and, you know, I've gotten the Elden Ring Platinum Trophy multiple times, because I've done guides for it. I've done 2 guides for Elden Ring that incorporate getting the Platinum. So, you know, when I play Zelda, I like to play the whole thing, get all the shrines, all that stuff. So you know, whenever I play games, I end up really sinking my teeth into it, and then I have a hard time moving on to something else. Long-winded answer to your question. Sorry about that. It was a pretty simple question, and I gave you like a 10-minute answer. Stuff getting back. Used to curl 60-pound dumbbells. Went back to 30s and they felt heavy. Yeah. It does suck, man. it leaves you fast. And then, yeah, when you go back to it, it's like, oh man, this used to be nothing for me. And now it's like, I can barely do it. It is kind of depressing, but yeah, you got to stick with it and it'll come back in time, but it does suck. It still sucks. Diets suck. I'm Italian. We like our eats. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not Italian. I love to eat too. So, I mean, the main thing is, and okay, I'm gonna like the concept, yes, makes sense, but execution is still a very difficult, much different thing. And, even in my own self, I lack the self-control generally, but, the trick is not to go on a diet. The trick is to come up with something that you can sustain, forever. Because you go on a diet and you lose all the weight and then you go off the diet, you're going to get all the weight back. That's what got you there in the first place. And I've been a victim of that myself, of having lost a bunch of weight and then, getting it, not all of it, not quite all of it, but getting most of it back. I had gotten most, like I lost a bunch of weight back in, gosh, it must have been 2023. Lost a bunch of weight. And then I lost probably 35 pounds in 2023. And then by like Christmas time last year, like a couple months ago, I had gained all but like 7 pounds of it back. So, and then I started doing this stuff and now I'm starting to lose a little bit, but like right now, I'm like low 180s. My goal weight for my race is 155. We'll see if we get there. We'll see if, yeah, I don't know if that'll happen or not. But it would be nice if it did. No fasting, just staying away from rice, bread, and pasta. No snacking. Dude. That's tough. I love me some pasta, man. And bread. And rice. I love them all. My main thing is like when I'm trying to get in better shape is controlling portion sizes. And again, you said the no snacking. The no snacking is huge. The snacking kills you, dude. At least it does for me, because like I snack relentlessly. I didn't rest at the bonfire. Dadgummit. Because I can sit and munch on chips and goldfish and animal crackers and cookies and whatever else you can think of mindlessly for hours. Another one of my big vices is I love raw pasta, which is like the weirdest thing to some people, but it is just one of those things, man. I get myself, like, I bring down the container and it's like I just take handful after handful after handful. I eat raw pasta, and it's so satisfying. Like the crunch is so good, and I mean you crunch it, and it tastes like pasta. It's good, and I've done that ever since I was a kid. But even into adulthood, like I still do it. $155 is good. Good luck. Thanks, man. I need all the luck I can get, dude. And I need to put in the work is what I need to do. Well, I mean, I'm definitely putting in the work in terms of like actually working out, but I need to put in the work in actually controlling what I eat as well. Which I've been doing better with that also. Am I doing well enough to hit 155? I don't know. We'll see. Finally started Rebirth properly. I was waiting for the PS5 Pro, but then shortly after they announced PC. Amazing graphics on the RTX 5090 at 120 FPS native 4K. Dude, so you got the 5090. Nice, man. So get what's the word on the 5090? I mean, is it worth it, or like what's your experience with it? Been doing intermittent fasting for half a decade now. It makes me appreciate the taste of food more, and I don't get the afternoon crash. Yeah, I've dabbled with intermittent fasting as well. Intermittent fasting is why I'm not, at least as part of why I'm not like 250 to 300 pounds right now. That and the fact that, I mean, even when I'm not training for a race, I'm still running. Like, not a lot, but, you know, I'll run a few miles a few times a week, usually as a baseline. I've seen of intermittent fasting, which I did okay with, but I could definitely feel my sugar spiking and lowering. Gotcha. Snacking equals empty calories, and yep, cutting portions I do as well. Yeah, I couldn't do no pasta though. I give myself one cheat day a week, like where I can for dinner I can eat whatever the heck I want, and eat dessert too, in whatever quantity I want, and not feel bad about it. But the thing is, you can't let the cheat day turn into a cheat weekend, or you'll get burned. You gotta keep it at a cheat day. How tall am I? I am like 5'11" and a little bit of change, like just a shade under 6 foot tall. I'm the runt of my family. My dad is 6'1" and my older brother is 6'2". So if you were to look at, like, you know, it's not a by any stretch even a remotely perfect gauge, but if you look at like a BMI chart, I'm like on the lower end of what would be considered overweight probably right now. And I think 155 is like kind of the mid-range of, like, the middle of the target range for someone my height. Which there are definitely flaws in BMI, but if you just use it as kind of like a, you know, stick your finger in the wind type of assessment, then, you know, it can be moderately useful. Not so much of a jump 30 series, but still some good gains. Hired a camper to queue up for me 4 days ahead of launch. Nice. You're hiring people to camp out for you, dude? That's insane. That's hilarious. Man, I've got so many fun memories of camping out for stuff. Most recently, I did camp out for a PS5 when at launch. Well, I camped out in front of GameStop to get a pre-order, I should say, to obtain a PS5 at launch. That was a lot of fun. But probably my best camping out story, or my favorite camping out story, I should say, was when I camped out for a Wii. So this was like in the middle of November in 2006. I was in college, and the Wii was coming out. So I went to Walmart like a day and a half before the Wii actually launched, because the Walmart didn't do pre-orders. It was first come, first serve. And they had 24 chairs lined up in the gardening section, like in the back outside. And each of those chairs represented a Wii. And so when I got there, I was like the maybe 4th or 5th chair. So I sat down and it was cold outside. But me and some other folks, we waited out there. We braved the cold. We slept outside on the ground. And we had our chairs. And when the time came, those chairs turned into Wii's. And I came home with one. Played Zelda. Twilight Princess. Had myself a good time. And it's funny because like some of those guys that were out there, like we became friends. It was cool. There was quite a bit of camaraderie. And then, so I got there probably like, I think it was close to maybe 30 hours before like the actual Wii launched. And it was probably, so I got there like 30 hours ahead of time. By about, we'll say 18 hours prior to launch, all of the chairs were full, so. Yep, definitely slept on the ground in a sleeping bag outside in the Walmart garden center for a Wii. Wouldn't change a thing. I could eat pasta 8 days a week, dude. Absolutely. I'm a pasta fiend. All right, we're making progress on the extinction here, which is good. So you mean the jump from 50 to 40 is not as big as the jump from 30 to 40? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm still rocking a 3090. Which when I got this 3090 was the latest and greatest for about 4 months, and then the 40 series came out. Will I get a Mad Warrior? Does anybody know of anything that makes an invader spawn more likely other than the delicate string? I think this is the only thing I can possibly equip that will increase my odds. But I'd love to know if there's something else. PC needs an upgrade bad. What are you rocking with, Blind? There he is. First Mad Warrior spawn. You gonna drop anything for me? Nope. I guess item discovery stuff could help if you want his stuff. Oh, that was close. Fortunately, it didn't break. So, Blind, what are your thoughts on this is it Kaizen game that's coming out? Whatever the name is. People have been asking me about it if I'm going to play it, and I don't know yet. But I generally trust your assessments on things. Because I feel like in many cases our tastes and preferences align. Is it? Do you think it's pretty good? I think you played the demo, right? Extinct? Not yet. Nope, still going. I forgot to roll in the water, didn't I? Kazan, yeah. That one. Comes out at the end of March, I believe. Whoops. Yeah, I did not hit the water. Oopsies. All right, that one's extinct. Ooh, that one's extinct too. I got the one all the way over there though. Basically anime Neo. And that loot system you love. Is it Team Ninja? It's not a Team Ninja game, but it has the Team Ninja loot system. No Mad Warrior. Sad day. I really did like Wolong, but I did not like the loot system. That was my chief complaint with the game, though I did have a lot of fun playing it. Combat was really good in that game for the most part. Bosses were, for the most part, pretty fun. There were a couple of bosses, especially in the DLC, that annoyed me, but it's the opposite of Souls, man. It was like the best bosses were definitely in the base game, and the worst bosses were in the DLC. The game definitely had some pretty cool levels. Good, really good combat. Also Wu Chong and Wu Kong. Yeah, I need to play Wu Kong. Oh, that one's extincted. Yes. Yeah, Wukong's on my short list. All right, that one's extincted too. Sweet. Oh, I still got to go upstairs though. Those aren't extincted. I don't think. And I don't think I went upstairs last time either. Dang it. The demo of the loot system doesn't seem as bad, but there are set bonuses and random rolls on special effects on gear. Gotcha. Yeah, the last several times I hadn't been pulling the lever. Oh well. Is there a transmog system as well? I'm gonna go out and say it. I'm anti-transmog. No transmog from what I saw so far. How many more times for these guys? Archie's gonna be busy for me. Kazan, AI limit release date same day. Probably going to be doing a walkthrough for both as well. Dude, you are a machine, man. Like all I've been doing for the last 3 months is Dark Souls 2 walkthrough. And it's like I can barely keep up with that. I don't know how you do all that you do. It's insane. And by insane, I mean like really impressive. Oops, I don't mean to do that. Like, I don't know what it is. Walkthroughs, man, they take it out of me. Like, just mentally. I'm just so tapped. Maybe it's because this game's so long. Maybe I just don't have what it takes. Do they have graphics mods for Dark Souls 2? I'm sure they do. All strength for a triathlon, you know, no big deal. Well, I mean, you're going to the gym. You're not just sitting around 100% of the time. You got a family. Have you felt a fraction of my pain? A very, very, very small fraction, yes. Never will I ever, and I can say that with utmost confidence, never will I ever completely extinct this game. It will not happen. I know. Hope you're doing well, Haven, man. Good to see you. And just for my... Okay, next time I make the loop, I'm going to confirm, like, what all needs to be extincted. Because I'm extincting back there, like the bridge and stuff. I'm extincting both the bottom and top levels here, and then I'm extincting the actual bell tower itself. Do I need to extinct anything else for the unveil trick to work? I've been doing this for so long now, like this particular walkthrough, and when it's over, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna feel sad that it's over. I know that sounds weird. No, it's not. Dang it. I've only got the Mad Warrior once so far. Miss. Need to remember to rest at the bonfire. Homeward Bone does not refresh your stuff. Like, do I need to kill this guy down here? Do I need to extinct this guy too? And that guy? I'm really hoping you say no. Trying to get into the Kazan creator program on Lurkit, but not meeting requirements, unfortunately. Oh, man. That's a shame. What are the requirements? Use a spell and see where it goes. We shall. I mean, it's probably going to go up here, honestly. Well, I guess now that these guys are dead, I could... Yeah. All right. I'm going to see if it goes up or goes back. Well, I have to rest at the bonfire to equip the spell, so yeah, there's that. Let's try that on the next loop. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's not gone. Nomad warrior. Sad. Thousand average views on long form content, 25 concurrent views on a stream, and 1,000 average short views. Almost there with the shorts. You just need another short to hit 1,000. So you have to have all of those? Like, what if you've never made a short before? Oh, sweet. These guys are gone too. Okay. I need to equip unveil. We'll take off... Hold on. Take off fireball. This is a miracle. Needs a chime. But I have the staff, so it doesn't. Okay. Oh, you need any of those, not all of them. I might have 1,000 average views on long form. Maybe. That's because I have a couple videos that have done really, really, really well, and it covers for the videos that haven't done so well. I don't know if I've ever gotten 25 concurrent viewers before. I'm going to try unveiling. Yeah, I stream late like you, so I've had like 10. Yeah, I think my peak, the most I've ever had, if I recall, is like 24. I don't know if I've ever gotten to 25 or higher. It's going up. Okay, so it's not going back. That's a good sign. So I don't need to kill the ones behind me. But I'm not sure if this last dude here is extinct yet. Those are extinct. Yes! That was actually it. It actually revealed the Mad Warrior because he was the only one there. Sick. We're in business. That's number 2. I wish this game kept track and like gave you your progress if you needed to check in. So I need to start at the other bonfire now. That's a no. Put out another short tomorrow, so hopefully that works. Gonna try to keep the time down, keep the retention up. There it is. I don't need to put the shield on. Oh, I didn't rest. Yeah, especially on longer videos, that viewer retention is key. Viewer retention and click-through rate, I think, are 2 of the most important metrics. There we have it. Those are your worst stats? Yeah. Those are the money makers. Oh, so the third most important metric that YouTube doesn't even give you is they call it session time. And that's like a measurement of, do people binge your videos? So like, let's say they click on the thumbnail, they watch your entire video, but then do they like, oh, there's your next one. Do they click on that and watch that? And then do they go down your quote unquote rabbit hole of videos? Because if they do, that is huge for like your YouTube quote unquote algorithm. I get a lot of people seeing my thumbnail but not clicking, like 2%, and the ones that click stay for about 3 seconds. So yeah, that's gonna kill your ranking in the algorithm. Because like when I notice like YouTube will push my thumbnail, I'll get a ton of impressions, but if those impressions don't lead to views, then you'll see it's clear as day on the impressions graph, like when YouTube stops putting the thumbnail in front of people. So if I get a video that has like a 2%, 3% click-through rate, and it pushed it to, I got like 9,000 impressions in the first 3 hours, and I only got a 2% click-through rate, then you'll see the impressions graph goes flat after that. Like it just doesn't show your video anymore. Once I stay for more than a few seconds, we'll stay for about an hour and come back at least twice more. I don't know what the difference is. This trick is amazing. And I'm not even keeping track of how many. I'm not going to kill 30 tonight. I'm just doing this for the sake of having the footage, so to speak. I'm so glad they basically give you an infinite homeward bone. Incredibly useful. I don't click through because I've seen most of your videos. I wish the algorithm took that into consideration. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the thing. Is like, some people say, I've heard this said before. Wow, that was only 2 refreshes. I've heard people say before not to publish your videos to the subscriber feed because if people are scrolling through their subscriber feed, and let's say they're subscribed to you but they don't watch most of your content for whatever reason, and they just scroll past it, you know, that counts as an impression. And so that's actually working against your metrics counterintuitively, because you'd think that you'd want your subscribers to be the first people that would want to see your video. But as it turns out, like, if less than 5% of your subscribers are actually clicking on the videos that you put out, it's working against you because of that click-through rate. You're basically taking impressions that people aren't clicking on, and then YouTube sees that as people don't want to watch that video, so they stop generating impressions. Is that 2 in a row? People didn't post in the sub feed. I'd never watch another video. I wouldn't know what they posted. I mean, you'd go to the YouTube and the YouTube would push stuff to you on your homepage. Let's plays are clearly a dying thing on YouTube because it's so saturated, but I still enjoy doing them. My walkthroughs and other guys do better. Yeah, the fact that when Demon Souls first came out, that I decided to go straight to doing a walkthrough instead of doing a Let's Play first is why this channel exists. It's probably why you guys are here right now. Because otherwise, I probably would still be buried at the bottom of YouTube. I probably would have given up. Because if I was just another Let's Play in a sea of 10,000 Let's Plays for the same game, there's no way that people would have watched my video. But since I was the first one to have a walkthrough, that actually ended up being very much to my benefit. Which is why I'm hoping for that Bloodborne remaster, because I will be doing walkthroughs for that day 1. My homepage is trash and I don't look at it. I mean, there's also like the, like you're watching a video or a stream or whatever, and then it has the, like, suggested stuff on the side. And I use that also as like, because YouTube generally knows me pretty well, and it pushes the stuff on the recommended video page stuff that it knows I probably want to watch, and oftentimes it's right. I prefer to curate my own watch list rather than rely on YouTube suggestions. That's funny because, like, you know, we got a few. Oh, he dropped something. We got, you know, 3 different people saying how they use YouTube, and it's 3 different ways. It's funny. One that goes purely subscriber feed. One that goes curating your own lists, and then me, who I'll use the homepage at times. I'll use the you know, next up recommended page at times. I'll use my subscriber feed at times. YouTube knows how to get me in any which way. I know that's why my growth is a slow burn. You should do a guide for Night Rain. Night Rain's gonna have some eyeballs on it. Joy 5090 besides gaming is watching all those Reddit people coping. Never look at the side bottom stuff because I either post my subs that I've already seen or more trash. Oh, I got it. It either posts my subs that I've already seen or more trash. Got you. I sub so that I can only see new videos that I know I want to watch. So what you're saying is if I ever decide to post shorts, you're going to unsubscribe? And then therefore, based on how you use the platform, you'll never see one of my videos again. YouTube doesn't know me. There was a time when my homepage was full of ASMR. I never have and never will. And it took a few months before they stopped. Got Night Rain spooled up and ready to go. Very nice. They haven't announced an actual release date for the full game yet, have they? I mean, there are times where, like, the algorithm will, like, there is a period of like 2 or 3 months where I watched a bunch of videos about like tornadoes and stuff, because like a video about tornadoes randomly popped up in my feed, and it wasn't something I was subscribed to already. It was just something that was there. And I clicked on it, and then I started getting all these recommended videos about tornadoes, and I found them fascinating. I really enjoyed that. I get a bunch of stuff about roller coasters, but I'm a big roller coaster geek, so. They have not announced a release date. I trend with base ER. Oh, 2 in a row. Here we go. Network test was 3 months before full release. You know, I got accepted to the network test, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play it. Because I have stuff going on. I mentioned earlier, I got stuff going on Friday night. I got stuff going on Saturday night and Sunday night. So this is literally the worst weekend for them to be doing the network test for me. And it is all about me. The world revolves around me. Miyazaki should have known not to do it this weekend, but alas, that's what he chose to do. To a giveaway. This invader looks like a ninja predator. I can see that. There is one window where I'm hoping that I can maybe do it. And that one window is like the Saturday afternoon window. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to do it then, but I'm hoping to make it work. I don't normally game during the afternoons on weekends, or ever, really. But for this, I might have to make a special exception. Who sells Unveil? Is it Strayed? I think it's Strayed. Oh, too early. God, I can't get beat here. Oh my word. All right. Well, I mean, I don't need to do this all night or anything. And I really don't think I have anything left in this game except for doing New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus. So I think I might do guess the game and then go on and call it a stream. How long have we've been live for just over an hour? All right. Oh, man. I need to check out the rewards for the Bellkeeper Covenant. Need 10 trespassers, gets you a slab. 30 gets you hidden weapon. All right, let's do guess the game. And then I'm gonna call it a night. Alrighty then. To be fair, we're getting snow, so I convinced her to stay home because of that. Very well done. It looks like it could be Zelda, but I don't think it's Zelda. Ah, shoot. I got nothing better. I'm gonna say Breath. I know it's not Breath of the Wild. Nope. This art style looks probably not. I know it's not this, but this is one of my go-to guesses in case it is. PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch. This should be obvious. Hmm. Not Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I don't think so. Platform puzzle elements fantasy. This is one I definitely should know. I may not get it. That rules out eco because it's not platform. Not portal. Don't know. Yeah, this should give it away, but I don't. Prince of Persia? No. Icarus? I've seen this before. Pretty sure. No idea what it is. I have no idea what it's called. Pretty sure I've seen this. Looks like a Greek outfit. Toga. Hermes? No. Puzzle and Dragons? I don't want to miss. There's an S down at the... Not looking good for me on this one. I thought zooming in is going to help. You know. Definitely looks Greek. What year was it? 2017? I got nothing. Rhyme. Yep. I've heard of that game before, but I just couldn't recall it. Womp womp. Life goes on. All right. Oh, man. I am tired. Very tired. I will say there's not going to be a new episode tomorrow, sadly. But episodes will be back on Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. It'll be back on Thursday. So, all right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Dark Souls 4. Skyward Sword. I don't know the name of it. Tunic. Oh, that was a good guess. Immortals, Phoenix Rising, Fortnite. Played this in Meta 3. Complicated. Portal, The Beatles, Chrome Browser. Gods and Monsters, Dream Daddy, Trigger, Happy Havoc, Lego Star Wars, Rhyme, but I said it 2 minutes ago. Let's check the tape here. I don't think you said it 2 minutes ago. Have a great night. Thanks for the stream. Good night, chat. It was good. 1DB in chat. Thank you guys so much. It was good hanging out with y'all. I know it wasn't like a super action-packed stream or anything, but it was good to sit and chit chat with you guys for sure. So appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out tonight. It's a lot of fun. So more to come. Just to kind of reiterate the path forward. As I said, no episode tomorrow. But then from there, we're looking at the +2 rings. We're looking at the formal video for farming the sunlight metals, formal video for farming the Bellkeeper stuff, and then video to wrap up the main story, and then a stream for New Game Plus and a stream for New Game Plus Plus, and then we're done. That is going to be Dark Souls 2. So, yeah. It was the one where I said I didn't know the name. I got you. I've seen it play before. Yeah, I definitely seen it before, and the name rings a bell, but I could not recall it, sadly. So anyway. All right, thank you guys. We'll catch you next time. And I imagine the New Game Plus streams will probably be early next week. I'm gonna guess Monday and Tuesday. That's what I would think. Probably Monday, Tuesday. So, all right, y'all. Until then, take care. We'll see you later.